Welcome to the Sideline Report. I'm Marvin Jackson. The Burgundy and Gold wined and dined All-Pro cornerback Josh Norman, and he is now in Washington. They also have inked tight end Jordan Reed and their top draft picks recently. Joining me to discuss these topics and more are Brandy Sims and Alena Neves. Thanks for joining me.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Let's begin with the three top draft picks and hear what they had to say about their path to the NFL.
Glad to be here. Drafted higher than I expected. Just really appreciate this opportunity and glad to play alongside these guys and looking forward to making the best of my opportunity.
I'm extremely excited to be here. A great opportunity to compete in one of the toughest, if not the toughest division in the NFL. So I just can't wait to get on the field and get ready to compete and ball out.
Parents, they kind of just set that foundation for us. You know, my father, he kind of pushed us when we were younger. Taught us how to work hard. Taught us not to ever let anyone outwork us and things like that. So he kind of set that foundation. And my mother, she was just, always working hard just so that we can, do whatever we need to do to be successful.
My parents right here sitting on front row. These people just dedicated a lot of hours for me. A lot of selfless acts, financially, just mentally, physically, all just a lot of support for me to get here. And I have family, friends back home, coaches, all these people on my line to standing or sitting right here at this stage got me here. And you can't thank them enough. There's nothing you can say or do for them that thanks them. They just people just in your corner that really want to see you succeed in life, and and just a really, really big blessing.
Without my dad, I wouldn't be half the man I am today. I wouldn't be here today. He didn't force me to play the game, but he pushed me to be great. And I think he saw something in me early, and really gave me every chance and opportunity to chase that dream. And I love my dad, and I don't know where I'd be without him. I know he's at home right now, and every team at the combine asked me, who's coming with you? And I told him I'm coming by myself, and that wasn't my choice. My dad told me himself, you need to go by yourself, and you need to focus. You're a man now. I did all I need to do, and it's time for you to handle your responsibility. So that's just another lesson I take as my dad showing me the way to do things.
My brothers, they kind of just knew I was going to be watching them. They kind of always, led by example through their actions, always doing the right things, show me how to be a good player and just a good man. So just, watching them, learning from their past, learning from their experiences definitely shaped me.
Thank you so much.
All right, the three first, second, and third draft picks, the first three picks, these guys are out of some good stock, man. They great character. I think McLuhan did a great job picking those guys.
I think so. I think that Scott McLuhan is so committed to really building a team. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real good example of that, as well as, the rest of them, the rest of the players that had gotten drafted, all 7 of them. I think 6 of them got signed. The 7th one is injured. But, so I just think that they're really committed. I'd like to see that, though, from the Redskins, because for so long, I feel like we kind of go for, let's go for, the stars, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we miss the real content of what it takes to build a quality team. And sometimes it's not the big name, but it's the, the real true athletic performance, that we really need to go for. And I think that's a true example of where the Redskins are as an organization right now and what their commitment is. So,
what about you, Brandy?
Yeah, like I said, those are 3 outstanding draft picks with Josh Doctson, Cravens, and Kendall Fuller. I mean, and like I said, they come from great families. I had a chance to cover Kendall Fuller when he played at Good Counsel. I mean, I remember him running
local guy.
Yeah, a Good Counsel, great program. I mean, For their 2010 team that won the WCAC championship, I mean, they have 5 guys in NFL, training camps. On NFL team, 5 guys from that team are NFL rookies now, which is amazing from one high school team. But I mean, Kendall Fuller comes from a great high school program. He has family, 3 other brothers, I guess, 3 older brothers that play in the NFL. Vincent, the oldest brother. And then Kyle, who plays for the Chicago Bears, and Corey plays he's a wide receiver with the Detroit Lions. So he's the 4th out of that bunch. So I mean, it's amazing to have 4 guys from one family.
And even
in the NFL.
I was talking to Josh Doctson's mother, and I asked her, "What does it feel like?" And she said, "I want to know what it feels like for the Fullers. They got 4 people out of their family.
That's
in the
rare.
NFL.
I mean, you don't find that very often. I think the Browner family had it. Was the only other family,
They're the only other one.
Yeah, so it's amazing to raise 4 kids, 4 sons, and have them all play in the NFL.
Look at Klay Thompson, though. I mean, we're talking about the NBA, but I'm just saying the Thompson family. He even goes back to the dad,
Yeah, and even in baseball, we've got them. The brothers, the Ross brothers, and so that's really amazing, though, to get that many great athletes in one family who have achieved that much. So talk about Fuller. What is it about him that makes him special?
He's he's learned from his brothers. Like I said, he's had 3 other brothers, and we know when you have all that talent, that family, I mean, they could teach. He looks up to them, and they've shown him the way. They've guided him throughout his football career, and we see the end result. Him coming into the league, and he's hurt right now, but once he gets healthy, I mean, I think the Redskins are going to have a steal.
And he knows about big games because he played in those big games against DeMatha and all that, and then he played at Virginia Tech.
Exactly.
And you need to bring players like that in here, right?
And like I say, since high school, I mean, he played with Stephon Diggs and Blake Countess, who signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, was a teammate, and they're close. They're both from Baltimore. So he's definitely had some competition over the years, and he's been able to, I guess, develop and learn from his teammates around him.
Josh Doctson, I mean, I'm hearing now that this guy might have been a steal too, because he may have been the best wide receiver in the draft. Even Santana Moss told me that, and you'll hear more about that from Santana later in the show. Oh, wow. But I hear that Doctson may have been the best receiver in the draft.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about him coming from Texas Tech. He played in that Big 12, and I mean they like to throw the ball, and the receivers are very prolific. The quarterbacks throwing to those dynamic receivers. So he's definitely coming from a great college program.
All right. Well, we're going to talk more about the new signings of the Redskins and the re-signings like Jordan Reed. So let's take a break here, and we'll return with more Gridiron Talk with Alena and Brandy. Stay with us.